Hello everyone, I'm Raven from Raven Comics, and in today's video we'll see Batman seeking vengeance against General Zod for taking away what he valued most at that moment. We begin at the Fortress of Solitude. Batman and his allies have recruited Plastic Man to help them get the Teen Titans out of the Phantom Zone. Barbara asks O'Brien if he can hear her. He tells her that her voice sounds like it's underwater, possibly being translated by a fish, but yes, he can hear her. This place is strange, and that's coming from someone who once spent 2 days pretending to be a caterpillar. So yes, he guesses it's a bit weird. Martha and Batman ask if he has found Superboy and if there's any sign of the Titans. Plastic Man says not yet. It seems like there's nothing here, just a whirlpool spinning around. But he feels as if something is following him. The whirlpools are shifting large chunks of floating rocks, which is actually an improvement. After moving forward for a while, he finally finds some prisoners who have been trapped here. Among them is a man in armor with a very malevolent look. Plastic Man considers talking to him for directions and to see if he can help. Luke says that doesn't sound like a great idea. Maybe he's right, but Plastic Man knows exactly who this guy in front of him is. This is Imperiex. He asks if it's true that he once tried to destroy the universe and remake it in his own image. If he's locked up here, Plastic Man guesses his plans didn't work out. O'Brien says he's looking for a group of kids. Plastic Man starts giving him details so they can help, but then remembers he's a shapeshifter, so he transforms into Connor. Imperiex tells him there's 7 floating plateaus down, then 5 above. If he reaches a place where the dark parts of his essence start reflecting back at him, it means he's gone too far. Plastic Man thanks him and moves on. As he continues, he finally reaches the Teen Titans. Tim Drake, Connor, Corey, and Cassie are still trapped here. The Titans ask what he's doing in this place. Plastic Man says it's a long story full of twists and turns. You know, love affairs, dead squirrels, zombie butlers, and more. What he's trying to say is, this is way too epic to explain in the middle of an interdimensional rescue. They need to leave now. This is going to sound strange, but they have to follow his arm. Superboy tells him he can't leave this place. Plastic Man insists that of course he can. He just needs to follow the tether that leads back home. But Superboy insists on staying. Plastic Man doesn't understand. Is he emotionally attached to a floating rock? Or maybe he enjoys the void and vertigo surrounding him. Starfire explains that when they were at the Fortress of Solitude, Superman and Superboy had a fight. Clark injured him badly, and if he leaves this place, he will die. Plastic Man says he's sorry to hear that. Red Robin says he will find a way to come back for him and rescue him without killing him. Connor tells him not to. They must never come back here. It's not worth risking their lives and getting stuck here forever. Wonder Girl tells him not to be ridiculous. Once they get out, she'll do everything she can to save him. It's noble of her, but they regret to say there's no way they can respect his wishes. They all share a strong hug. Wonder Girl tells him she could stay here, but Superboy would never ask her to. She needs to go. Plastic Man doesn't understand the physics of this place, but he's only connected to the outside world through his arm, so he figures they should leave as soon as possible. They can stare longingly into each other's eyes as they move. Superboy and Wonder Girl say goodbye with a kiss. Meanwhile, outside, Luke mentions that his arm is tightening. Moments later, the Teen Titans emerge. Plastic Man says he's stuck. Something is keeping him from moving forward. Mr. Kent asks about Superboy. Tim says he can't leave the Phantom Zone. Superman pierced his heart. The Phantom Zone is the only thing keeping him alive. Well, being trapped there isn't much of a life. Plastic Man gets a bit agitated. He snagged on something he can't see and can't get out. Meanwhile, Tim Drake stands in front of Batman. Red Robin hugs him and says he knew they would come for them. Corey says it's true. He kept saying it the whole time. Batman regrets it took him so long to find them, but no one knew they were trapped in the Phantom Zone. Tim asks how long they were in there. Batman says 6 years. Since then, the world has changed a lot. It's not the place they left behind. Tim says then this world could use a Batman and Robin. For Batman, that might be exactly what's needed now. Suddenly, this great moment is interrupted. Tim Drake is impaled through the chest. The attack causes Red Robin's immediate death. The one responsible is General Zod, who had been preventing Plastic Man from leaving the Phantom Zone and now has him by the neck. Meanwhile, outside the Fortress of Solitude, Harley Quinn asks the Eradicators if they have any idea how long they're going to leave her alone in this place. They're robots, and maybe they don't realize it, but it's very cold here. One of the Eradicators simply tells her they don't speak. Out of nowhere, two of them leave. It seems there's serious trouble inside the Fortress of Solitude. Now that no one is blocking her way, Harley Quinn also takes the chance to enter. Meanwhile, inside, Batman holds Tim Drake's body. Starfire and Wonder Girl face off against General Zod. A battle breaks out, but neither of them can do anything against their opponent. General Zod uses his heat vision to attack Starfire, then delivers a strong blow to both of them. This sends Wonder Girl crashing into one of the ice walls. Professor Steels tells Plastic Man and Luke to hold General Zod down. While the two keep him restrained, she takes the opportunity to smash him in the face with her hammer, making him bleed a bit. The blow might have hurt Zod slightly, but it's nowhere near enough to take down the enemy. General Zod struggles and manages to get Plastic Man off of him. In the distance, Mr. Kent has taken a weapon and is about to shoot him. Zod notices this and prepares to attack him with his heat vision. General Zod strikes. Before he can harm him, Harley Quinn arrives just in time to save him. The Eradicators detect a threat to the Kent family, but none of them are a match for this opponent. General Zod destroys one Eradicator with a single punch and slices another in half with his heat vision. Oliver won't just stand by and does what he can. He's about to fire an arrow. For Catwoman, this is foolish, and she asks if he really thinks that arrow can hurt him. Oliver tells her this is a special arrow he brought from his world. He fires and hits Zod in the shoulder. The arrowhead is made of kryptonite, and Oliver plans to keep firing. If General Zod doesn't move, he'll be an easy target, and it wouldn't be the first Kryptonian Oliver has killed. In his quiver, he claims to have plenty more kryptonite arrows where that came from. Faced with this threat, General Zod immediately leaves the Fortress of Solitude. For Oliver, this is pure good luck. There weren't actually any more kryptonite arrows. Once things settle down, we see everyone gathered behind Batman, who is carrying Red Robin's body. Mr. Kent asks him to hand him over. Harley says she's sorry. She always liked this Robin better. His smile and jokes were great. Batman seemed better around him. Batman says that's because he was. Now he has to go after Zod and bring him back. Catwoman asks if he's going alone. Batman says he can't worry about others right now. If anyone gets in his way, he won't hold back. Batman leaves the Fortress of Solitude and tells Brother Eye to prepare the Xbox in the Batcave. Then he asks if it's monitoring the Fortress of Solitude. Brother Eye says yes. Therefore, Batman orders him to track Zod and tell him his location. The satellite camera has him in sight. He's still over the Arctic. Later, we see Batman in the Batcave. The security protocols to enter via the Xbox begin. First is voice recognition, then a retinal scan, then a blood sample, and finally, the code word, Endgame. While Batman suits up in his new armor, General Zod continues wreaking havoc in the Arctic. Batman is ready and teleports, appearing behind him. Batman delivers a message in Kryptonian, which, translated, says the following: General Zod, for your crimes you are sentenced to an eternity in the Phantom Zone. Zod charges at Batman and slams him into the ground. He then asks if Batman really thinks that wearing an armored suit will allow him to contain him. There's no way he can win. He'll cook him from the inside out. Before Zod can continue his speech, Batman attacks with kryptonite gas. General Zod begins to weaken and doesn't understand what's happening. What is this he just inhaled, and why has he lost his powers? Why is he hallucinating? Batman explains that this is a sample he once created, made by two lunatics, kryptonite gas mixed with fear toxin. Batman could never use it against Superman, not after what this gas once made him do. But General Zod killed one of his boys. Now Zod has to look him in the eyes and fear him, because the Bat is going to beat him to a pulp. The fear gas makes General Zod hallucinate Superman, who tells him he failed Krypton when he let him die. Zod says that's a lie, but Superman tells him he was always wrong. He is nothing special. Kryptonians are not special. They never were. None of them has the right to live more than any other species. Zod is just a xenophobic dictator. After saying this, Superman punches him hard and then kicks him in the face. General Zod begs him to stop. Batman says he doesn't know what Zod is seeing, and he doesn't care. General Zod was judged in his world and found guilty. The sentence was confinement in the Phantom Zone, and that's a sentence he will serve forever. Still wearing his armor, Batman delivers a heavy blow. Meanwhile, in Gorilla City, sudden tectonic activity is detected in the Arctic. Ra's al Ghul asks if Gorilla City has eyes on those locations. King Solovar tells him they monitor both poles. It seems Batman is fighting General Zod. Ra's looks a bit concerned at this, and the king asks him why. He was supposed to be happy. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. For Ra's al Ghul, that doesn't apply right now. General Zod is a Kryptonian purist villain. He has no interest in this planet, and will do whatever is necessary to create a new Krypton from the ashes of Earth. They cannot allow him to do that. He must be stopped immediately. In the Arctic, Zod and Batman are still fighting. For the moment, Batman had the upper hand, but that has just ended. The effects of the gas have worn off, and Zod no longer sees Superman, but Batman. The fear ends right here. General Zod is about to land a punch, but someone else interrupts. This unknown being steps between them and sends Batman flying away from the scene. The one responsible is the android Amazo, now standing in front of Zod. The general says he doesn't know who Amazo is, but he doesn't need his help. He can crush Batman with his own hands. Although, now that he looks more closely, he realizes the android isn't here to help him. If that's the case, then there's no problem. He can deal with both of these metal monsters at the same time. The general tries to hit him, but Amazo stops him effortlessly. We even see the bandages on Zod's arm get completely torn apart. Zod doesn't understand how this is possible. There's no way an android could defeat him. Amazo grabs him by the head, and Zod asks what he's trying to do. We all know what comes next. Amazo snaps his neck and rips his head off completely. All Batman can do is watch from a distance. Amazo takes Zod's head and leaves, leaving the general's body behind. Batman contacts Barbara and tells her Zod is dead. Batgirl asks if he's okay, and says she's sorry to hear this news. Batman tells her he's not responsible for this death. He's not entirely sure what to say, but he has his suspicions. Either way, the battle is over, and they will never see General Zod again. Thank you very much for watching this video. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe for more content like this. I'm TJ Prime, and see you in the next video.